Hello, everyone, and welcome to the YouTube channel of Get Set Law by IMIS. This is Sanjana ma'am, your verbal ability mentor. And today we are going to learn a couple of new words, right? And vocabulary is such a crucial topic for just about any examination. We're not just focusing on CLAT, ELIT, MHCT, right? NLSAT. It could be just as helpful for LSAT also because I figured out throughout my experience of, being in this industry that vocabulary happens to be a pain point for a lot of students out there. So maybe if you have the time out for such videos, I'm just going to come up with more short sessions such as this. And this is going to be a short session itself where I guarantee I'm going to teach you at least 20 new words. So if we get to do this regularly, it's just going to help you improve your vocabulary. And you don't really have to take recourse to other sources. Doing this much also, let's just say twice a week or something like that, should be enough for you to feel confident about these fancy, flamboyant words that are generally thrown in the passages, right? And what better way than to teach it through synonyms, which is why the session has been titled like this. And having said that, let's start looking at the words. I've come up with 5 words, and obviously, for all the 5 words, we have 4 options. You can definitely pause the video and see if you know the answer to a couple of the words. Let's take a look at the first word here, equivocal. It is a commonly appearing word, right? And it is something which I feel does confuse students a lot because you might possibly, in the absence of, having the right knowledge of its meaning, think that equivocal has something to do with equality or something which is equal, something which is parallel. But actually, that's not the case. Something which is equivocal is something which is not certain, which is uncertain, which is not quite clear. So the exact synonym for this will not be luminous because luminous means something which is really bright or radiant. So this is the first word you get to learn today, right? Ambivalent is something which is characterized by mixed feelings, right? Right? So ambivalence, simply put, is mixed feelings. And ambiguous is the correct synonym, right? It's a correct synonym for equivocal because ambiguous means something which is, again, uncertain. It's not clear. It's really perplexing. It's a confusing mix of things. So this here is the correct option choice, right? And what does elucidate mean? Again, elucidate means to make something clear, to throw light on something, right? To make something clear, right? Or to highlight something, right? Which again is not the synonym for equivocal. Equivocal is something which is not clear. So option C is the correct option choice. I've already given you, um, 5 words in just like one explanation itself, right? And the opposite of equivocal becomes unequivocal, right? So it shall be brought to your notice unequivocally, right? Which is in no uncertain terms, very clearly, right? So that's for the first word we have. Let's quickly take a look at the second word now, obdurate. And I think like it's time that I make all of you learn the different synonyms for the word obdurate. And more commonly, obdurate actually means stubborn, right? It's such a common word which everybody knows, right? There is no other way we are going to use the word stubborn to describe a stubborn person. Like, this is the first word that might come to our mind. So obdurate actually means stubborn, and obdurate is a synonym for the word stubborn. So what do you think will also come closest to explaining obdurate or stubborn here? Again, the correct option here will be obstinate. So let me just write it down here for you. I'm going to give you a lot of words here. Obdurate, obstinate, unyielding, right? Intractable, right? Let's say refractory, right? And obviously stubborn, which I'm not writing because all of these 5 words that I've given actually mean stubborn. So the correct synonym for obdurate here will be obstinate, right? A stubborn individual. Now, compliant is when you are already following something, you're obedient in a way. And similarly, pliable is also something which can be molded or shaped. And yielding also means when somebody is yielding to somebody's demands. For example, to put things in perspective, that person agrees to the demands, right? Agrees to fulfill the wishes, for example. She was really yielding to his demands, right? So all of these, compliant, yielding, and pliable, they're already opposite of obdurate. Now, another way you could possibly solve such a question is if you actually take a look at option A, C, and option D, all three pretty much mean the same thing, which means it's just difficult to choose any of these three options, which means the one which is, outside this group of A, C, and D has to be the correct option. In this case, it becomes obstinate. So again, we have already learned so many words from this one explanation itself. Now, let's take a look at the next word. Inchoate is how we pronounce this. Um, I'd suggest it's important that we know the meaning of the word. Now, inchoate is something which is already in its early stages of development, something which is very fundamental, right? Something which is just beginning to develop or form. Another word for it would be nascent, right? So this is a new word you're going to get to learn, right? Nascent industries, the upcoming industries, right? So inchoate is something which is in its developmental stages, and therefore the correct synonym for it would be rudimentary. All right. So clear your rudimentary concepts of math, right? The fundamentals of it. So the best synonym would be rudimentary. Now, polished is different. Rancid is something which is very tart, something which has become rotten. So rancid butter, right? Rancid butter. Again, this is not related to inchoate at all. And opprobrium actually means criticism, heavy criticism, right? Again, I have given you close to not five, but actually six words in this one explanation, right? So you can keep on counting. If you really want, you can just write on the words in a notebook if you're maintaining one, which I think would be a good way to go about learning vocabulary, right? So the correct option is option A. Now let's take a look at the fourth word, prolific. And this is something I really wanted to include in this session today. Because if you actually take a look at all of these four options, all of them actually begin with the prefix pro. And very often in my classes also, I have asked students these questions, and a lot of them actually are not aware of the difference, in all of these words. So let me tell you, and this is a highly appearing, frequently or a commonly appearing word also. So it's only fair that you know the meaning of prolific. Now, prolific actually means something which is produced in abundance, right? There's a mass production of something. And it is more so used to describe artists, authors, right? Lyricists. So, if I give an example, Shashi Tharoor is a prolific author, which means he has authored or written several books. Amitabh Bachchan is a prolific actor, he has acted in several movies. So, prolific actually means abundant, right? If it's abundant, the best word you can spot here from amongst the options is productive. So option D is the correct option choice. Now, do not jump the gun. I'm definitely going to explain the meaning of the rest of the words as well. Now, profound means something which is deep and you use it in the context of wisdom. When you say this is characterized by profound wisdom, right? The message of this movie is so profound. So it's deeply invigorating. It's very enriching, right? Of great depth. And then profundity also means the same as profound. All right. So profound and profundity are related to each other. They're synonyms of each other. And then we have the word profligate, which actually means somebody who is really wasteful, right? So there you have all of these words explained. So I have from this explanation given you five words. All right. Now let's quickly take a look at the last word, which is a recalcitrant. I know it sounds very fancy, and but imagine this, being asked in a passage, and you can't be clueless about it. You have to be clued up about it, right? So recalcitrant, simply put, actually refers to somebody who is just not obedient to authority, somebody who is stubborn in a way, right? So the correct option cannot be obedient. It's actually the opposite. It cannot be supportive also because supportive is the opposite. And it cannot be productive as well, right? So the correct option choice here is contumacious through elimination. So recalcitrant and contumacious are synonyms of each other. I'll give you more words. It's pretty much the same. Mutinous is another word, right? Another word is bolshy. It's a British word. right? Somebody who is very aggressive, always wanting to fight, somebody who has very unconventional ways. Like that person doesn't really obey any authority. That person is stubborn and generally very unyielding, right? Always willing to fight, maybe belligerent also is something. It does not directly come close to recalcitrant, but it's quite close. Refractory, I've already told you, right? So all of these words here are quite important, right? So contumacious and recalcitrant, generally somebody who's stubborn and who's always fighting and doesn't obey authority. So that was it for today's session. Hope you find this short session. I've tried to make it very brief and crisp, and I'm sure we have learned close to 20 words, at least 20 words for sure. And if you find this helpful, you please let me know in the comment section. I would definitely keep on coming up with more videos every week, right? More of these vocab sessions. Maybe in the next vocab session, I could do a cloze test and maybe make you revise this. So we could do a live session as well on this. Let me know in the comment sections. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.